You're able to share the link, the profiles.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So for everyone who's joining, I think we can give them like 2 minutes for people to join, then we can start.
Yeah.
And the issue of Ebola, is it anything there? How is the conversation around Ebola?
We're not talking about we're not having that conversation, but they have like travel restrictions, I guess, from Congo, Uganda, but people are still coming in, very few, but
Mm-hmm.
they're being careful. And anyway, here we don't discuss news at all.
Mm,
We're able to discuss matters like concerning health, security. You
yeah.
don't.
Or you don't discuss such things?
No, you can talk with your friend, but online,
Or not like something like the way Kenya we are doing?
oh no, it's not a democracy.
Oh, what?
You
That's
can only
crazy.
talk about good news.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting. So you with your bad news, you speak to your friends and you relax.
Yeah, don't even send WhatsApp messages.
Because WhatsApp can they track WhatsApp?
Oh yeah, you just get a call and be like, report.
Yo, how no, but they can't see WhatsApp.
Well, sometimes you think like that and then
Mm.
it happens and then
Oh,
someone disappears.
mm, yo.
I think they have trigger words. Like the moment you type something, it triggers the system.
Oh, they have a system because WhatsApp is encrypted. So I'm wondering how are they able to do that?
Especially when you with group messages.
Mm,
So I guess I don't know how they do it, but they do it one way or the other. Like they are
mm,
very aware.
yeah, yeah. So I think we are good to go.
Okay.
So yeah. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening from wherever you're watching. This is Digitech today. We've been having a series on how you can be able to explore opportunities in Dubai, and this is our fourth episode. So for everyone who's joining, probably you haven't been there in the previous sessions, feel free to go on my profile. That's Wilhard on Nalisi on LinkedIn, and you can be able to replay the previous episodes for you to know where we've come from in terms of just talking about matters of business opportunities in Dubai for either young professionals or already those who are in business. So tonight, our tonight we continue with the same conversation, and you're looking at how to moving to Dubai the smart way. Getting the visas and having yourself to start off and you know have your life going on in Dubai. So we have our speaker Stella Wamaitha. She's a business setup consultant based in Dubai, and from Kenya, and I'm sure she has a lot of knowledge and insights in relation to our topic today. So I think before we kick off, maybe Stella, anything you have to say?
Well, in the beginning, maybe just my introduction. I'm
Mm,
Stella. I live in the UAE. I have been for the last 6 years, and I help people relocate to Dubai, mostly for business setup purposes. But even when you want to relocate and you want maybe to ask me questions about it, I can guide you on the right visas, stuff like that. So anything matters relocation to the UAE, I'm your person.
mm. Amazing. So if you're looking towards exploring business in Dubai, Stella Omaida is here to help you. Feel free to reach out via her LinkedIn, Stella Omaida, and also and she'll be able to help up. So if you're joining tonight, please feel free to let us know where you're joining from in the comment section. And as we continue, can also we want to make it as interactive as possible. Feel free to drop a question in the comment section or chat section, depending whether you are live on YouTube or live on LinkedIn. So with that, allow us to start. So At Digitech Today, this is powered by Digitech Today. At Digitech Today, we envision, or our vision is to empower young professionals and business owners on digital skills to help them scale, either business wise or career wise. So our goal is to minimize that digital skill gap and empower everyone. Either you are seasoned or you are a layman in this field, we are here to help you have that knowledge and understanding or how to go with the digital skills. So at Digitech today, our main core underscores that we are here to uncover the latest technologies and innovations. We also here to learn how to leverage this advancement for your business growth and personal growth. We also engage in interactive discussions to expand your digital skills as an individual or as a business. Remember, digital skills can help you, or they can help you get better or scale up either as a business or as an individual. We also bring together communities that bridge the digital divide, and that is why across borders from different regions, we come together to have these conversations so that we are able to learn from each other based on some of the advancement. So, Stella, I hope you before we go to our into our conversations. I hope you're ready for our quick fire section, and then
Yeah, yeah.
we can start off. Just give me a second. So, if you're joining, please feel free to drop us in the Q&A section. Please feel free to tell us where you're joining from and any question you have, especially if you have an interest in exploring the Dubai market. This is your day, and I believe it's going to be a very helpful conversation this evening. So, Stella, maybe my quick fire question will be, for those joining us tonight, we probably want to tell them job fast or move fast to UAE, which is the smarter approach and why?
Move fast. You can be applying for a job while still in Kenya, but even then, when you're invited for an interview, you're not able to show up. So if you've decided that you want to relocate, relocate and come look for a job while you're still here. Just be very aggressive.
Good. One thing people should never do when looking for jobs in Dubai or opportunities.
uh, don't take any job out of fear of like survival. Like every job offer that you get, evaluate it. And if you feel like no, something is off with this job, or you feel like they're giving you very little and asking too much, don't go for it. Opportunities will always be there.
Amazing. What is the most in-demand skill or profession in the UAE right now?
Sales, and anything in hospitality.
Oh, wow. So those are in sales and hospitality, the opportunities for you in the UAE. Fourth, biggest myth about living and working in Dubai.
Well, I would say for an African, since this is an African audience, sometimes people feel like in Dubai that you can only be a security guard, a housemaid, or a cleaner. That is so wrong because the moment you land here, it's land of opportunities. And I know there's racism that comes into place, but not here. It's not as bad as
Mm,
it is
but
anywhere else. And if you have the value, people will take you up for it.
And lastly, in one sentence, what's the secret to building a successful life in the UAE, just like you?
Networking, like network every day, all day, in the elevator, anywhere you go, just say
Yeah,
hello
I
to
see you
people.
talk a lot about networking.
Yeah, yeah. And maybe the background is that you like UAE is one of the country where people are living, millionaires, billionaires are living, and even maybe people with a lot of thousands of dollars are leaving their countries and coming to build a life in UAE. So you really never know who's around you. So
Yeah.
talk to people, say hello to people, engage in conversations. You just never know, but you gotta put yourself out there.
Wow. I mean, that's such a nice opener for the session. And I believe for those who are watching, allow me to ask you one thing. For our audience, probably you can drop your answer in the chat box or comment section. If you had like that's like $2,000, and you have a dream of moving to Dubai, how will you spend that money to maximize your chances of success? And probably as you drop your answers in the Q&A section, or how you'll go about it, Stella will also give us how her approach, probably at the end, or she'll be the one to tell us, based on your answers, whom she thinks has got it right, or is the best approach to go about it. So, without much ado, I mean, allow us to jump now into our conversations. And my first question is that I understand that, Stella, you've helped many Kenyans, and also not just Kenyans, but people across the globe to navigate opportunities in the UAE. And my question would be, what are some of the biggest misconceptions Kenyans uh, talk about when moving to Dubai? Either
Well,
Kenyans or anyone moving to Dubai.
mostly African, since it's once again an African market here, is the mindset. Like
Yes.
mindset it sets the basis of how far you go or how low you will go. So if you believe that you cannot one get a better job, you will not. If you believe that you cannot live in a proper accommodation and you can only live in a shared accommodation, that's where you're gonna be. If you believe that you can only be a cleaner, a security guard, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with these jobs. They have
Yeah.
helped so many change their lives back home for their families and for themselves. But I'm talking about you who knows very well that you're better than that you can do better than that.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I would challenge you to like push yourself to the next level. Apply for that job that is next level to that. If you're already a security guard, go to the next job. Try to apply. Try to rise up the ranks.
Uh, I think I think the aspect of misconceptions is really something that comes up a lot. And even when you hear people, when you hear men saying they're going to Dubai, most people will think about they're going to do security jobs. When you hear it's the women, just limited to probably you're going to do the roles that we know that many people
Yeah,
talk about. But from what you're saying is that there are many opportunities. So people need to check
much,
their
so much.
minds. Yeah. On to our next question is visas and legal pathways. For someone considering to move today, what are the most common visa options available, and how do they differ?
So the easiest and the most affordable would be a visit visa. So in this case, I'm talking to someone who's looking to relocate for a job. So the available visa for you would be a 60-day visit visa.
Hmm.
And maybe someone will ask me, 60 days enough to find a job? That depends with how aggressive you are, but there's possibilities to extend the visa.
And, yeah. So that visit visa, and maybe others apart from visit visa.
No, that's the only it.
Oh,
For
okay.
entry, if you're, yeah, for the audience looking to relocate for job seeking, that's your entry point. So you get a 60 days visa, which is extendable. You can extend by getting another 60 days visa if your visa is expiring, or a
Mhm.
30-day. Mostly I would advise you to like go from 60 to 60 because you're buying yourself time. But
Yeah.
something to remember is if you're relocating to find a job, don't get distracted. When you land here, start that immediately. Be so aggressive. I've
Mm.
had people who get jobs 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in.
Hmm.
So
When they're
it's
just in 4 weeks,
aggressive. Yeah,
they get a job. Uh-huh.
yeah. But they've been so aggressive. You apply for jobs online, offline, you drop CVs, that much aggression.
And so in how does it look like getting even that visit visa? Is it normally very, is the process from coming from Kenya to UAE? How is the process? What are some of the things they look at for you to like get a visa, like a visit visa?
And nothing, as long as you have a passport copy and you have a passport picture, like the headshot passport picture, those are the only documents that you need. And then from then, money. So money, it depends with the age. If you're under 40, then we would do for you a Dubai visa. A Dubai visa, 60 days, would cost around maybe, if my conversion may allow me to convert so that I give some accurate information in Kenyan shillings.
If it's how much, how many, how much?
So it's a Dubai visa. If you're over 40, a
Mhm.
Dubai visa would cost you times that, would cost you like 48K. So let's say around 50K for 60 days.
For 60 days.
Yeah. But
And
if
if you are,
you're under
so,
40, it's a bit on the higher side.
or the lower the age, it's high. Why? I
Uh,
thought it would be the other way around.
because also it's when an older person comes in here, they don't need to worry that they might overstay their visa because they feel like this person has a life back in Kenya, so they will go. So it's
Mm,
easier for an older person to come in Dubai and go.
mm,
So a younger person, they know you're definitely coming here for job seeking,
mm,
and they're kind of trying to limit that for now. Well,
mm.
that they've not actually claimed that, but according to the statistics, that's what you can say. So you find that for when you're under 40, you pay a little bit more, around 70,000 for 60-day visa.
For 6 days and when you're renewing, it's the same price. It doesn't go lower or higher.
And when you're renewing, it's actually a bit more expensive.
Or it's more expensive because they're also trying to like what's the word? But they're trying to limit people from always wanting to renew their visit visas.
Mostly,
Is that
I'm afraid maybe I'll give too much information and confuse the audience, but
okay?
the renewal process is not as straightforward. So usually you have to, as a travel agent or visa agent, I'll arrange for you to exit and come back into the country. So it's a bit
Mm,
more expensive, maybe around 80,000, because there's a flight involved. So it means I would book a return flight for you to the neighboring GCC countries. For example, I will send you to Oman. You go on a
mm,
round trip to Oman and come back and enter with a new visa that's 60 days. So that's
uh,
what makes it expensive. And I know that that's another detail, so I'm afraid maybe it's too much
mm,
information and
yeah, yeah.
confusing. Yeah,
Okay. Then I mean, the process is quite it's quite interesting. But I
it
mean,
is.
with 60 days, as you say, if someone is able to be aggressive, as you said, within the first, as soon as you get there, then opportunities definitely will be lacking. Like there are high chances because this is not a small economy, and with big
No,
economy, we know that opportunities are there. And why
for
is what's this conception about? Because I'm sure there is something in line to it. Why is it that people feel when, for example, men are going to UAE, they feel like it's about security guards. When it's about women, they feel like it's about the domestic works and stuff. Why that narrative?
I guess it comes from that having an immigrant mindset. So there's an immigrant mindset that people feel like I'm just so happy that they accepted me in this country. I'll just take
Mm,
anything and work and send money home, and I'll be here for 2 years and I'll go back to my country. Like I'll go back to Kenya. Actually, that's the mindset most people will come in. So you receive like an offer letter for security. Maybe they'll pay you in Kenyan shillings, what 150,000 or 200,000. Maybe let's say what 50,000 Kenyan
Yeah.
shillings, and you'd be like, wow, in Kenya I would never make such money. So you feel like that's a lot of money, and you're like, so for just being a security, they're paying me this much money.
Mm.
You were like, okay, I'll go work there for 2 years, because a contract is usually 2 years, a working
2 years.
contract. You're like, I'm gonna go there, work for 2 years, and then I'll come back to Kenya and start a business, which is the biggest lie you ever tell yourself. Because most people end up staying here for more than 10 years, 20,
Oh,
some more.
20% and more. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
another thing, yeah, that 150, it's a lot if you are earning it in Kenya.
mm,
In Dubai, it's an expensive country once again.
yeah.
So it means, yes, you have 150, but then if you're not offered accommodation, half of that is already going to rent,
Mm,
or even more is going to rent.
more rent, yeah.
So you find that you have to keep renewing every 2 years to like sustain yourself and maybe do a little project back home. Before you know it, it's 10 years. So
Mm,
instead of trying to sustain that, that's why I try in my own way to like tell people, like, drop that mindset where you're like, I'm so grateful to have gotten this job. I'm just gonna work, humble myself, build back home. Try to upgrade yourself.
mm, mm,
And maybe something to mention about UAE is that, unlike maybe Kenya, where they ask for your certificates, if you don't have this certificate, you cannot do this job. Dubai, they want to train you. Every job that you take has a training program. No one's asking you, where's your degree? Where's your diploma? Nobody even asks you any of
any
that.
of those.
Is that,
Mm,
yeah, can you speak? Are you? That's why I said sales and hospitality at the
yeah.
top. They will ask you, can you speak English? Maybe can you speak Arabic if it's needed? What other language can you speak? Are you
No,
ready to work?
to work, yeah. So it's more of like when you're in this market, in the UAE market, it's more of like if you own the soft skills, then you're able to grow with the soft skills and actually become grow even technical skills. But now the most strong ones are like the soft skills that you need, like being good
Mostly,
with communication, being aggressive, having the right attitude. Those are the main things that will now drive you to get to learn now more of the technical skills now when you're on your role.
yeah, that's true. Like every company has a training program. They will train you everything. And knowing how, because I grew up in Kenya,
Yeah,
if you bring me to any industry, as long as you're not asking me to be a doctor, and you tell me I need to do this and this and this and this,
yeah,
we are smart people. I will understand. So okay, so I'm supposed to do this one thing, like this, like this, like this. You teach me 2 days, I know how to do it,
yeah.
because the training was there.
And I believe especially for Kenyans will be very lucky because Kenyans learn very fast. And I think that could also be
Exactly.
one thing about you why you've been successful there. And I'll ask for you, how did you like start when you went there? Because I know, like, I know the story a bit when you told us in our first series that it was the era of COVID. But now, how did you start? Did you now start by looking for employment, or did you start straight by now trying to venture into your own startup business?
Honestly, like it was like COVID was coming to an end, because I was here during the COVID. It was coming to an end. Still, there were no jobs. The economy was just recovering. So the only thing that I could do was, I had a friend who'd opened like a travel business. And
Mm,
even for him, it's only that he'd opened the license before COVID. So, and paid rent and for the license and everything. So he still had to show up because everything is paid for. But he could not even afford to hire anybody. Be- and he asked me, like, can you come to my office, like, instead of you being at home and maybe stressing, just come to my office, just be there. He could not afford to pay me. He was just a friend, but me being there gave his office a bit of professionalism. And when I'm there, um people are already asking, if the phone rings, I'll answer. If someone
mm.
walks in and has questions, I will
So,
answer. So I'm learning in, yeah. So I start to learn. Travel was never my background, My
Mm,
background was completely something different. I never thought I would be a salesperson or anything like that.
mm,
But being in that environment allowed me to like start learning, okay, so this is how it happens. This is how it happens. See, once again, learning something completely new.
mm,
And I was so lucky because like few months in, like 2 months in, people were beginning to come back to Dubai. So we were selling visas, we were selling travel packages, we were doing flight booking. That was us back then. And because people are beginning to come back to Dubai because it's the COVID's going down, sales went up very high.
mhm.
So
There
and
was
I just stuck along. I never left that industry.
it was a blessing in disguise.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I had to do was be open minded because I could have been like, oh no, I have a degree from Kenya. I cannot just sit at the office
This is
and do
what I
sales
can
because
do. I
it
can't
felt like
do
I was a
this.
receptionist. Yeah, an unpaid receptionist at that time. But I was like, since
Receptionist.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
doing
can
anything, let
imagine.
me just be open. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and sometimes I mean, when sometimes you have some level when you feel like you are learned or you own these certain skills, you feel like certain roles make you look they don't suit you, but that might not be
Yeah.
the truth. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, to my other question is that recruitment and job search. Many people arrive in Dubai expecting to find a job quickly, and I think you had mentioned probably that in a way. But so, what does the reality of recruitment market look like, especially in this current era of 2026 and the current in our current century?
Well, so there's two kinds of 2026. Obviously, we in the GCC we're experiencing like geopolitical tension.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm not at liberty maybe to talk so much about everything going on, but yes, has tourism gone down and maybe business experiencing a hard time? Yes, but still, once again, even with everything that was happening, seeing how Dubai handled the whole scenario, how it managed to keep us, its residents, safe to the best as they could do, informing us, giving us information on what to do in case of an emergency, sending
Mm,
us alerts. It's clear proof of the system that Dubai has for its people. So that's something to rely on once again.
mhm,
So if anything, the war has done is prove to the world that Dubai is really that place. And I would say the same thing maybe for like us Africans. It's really a place for us to look at to look up to because it's very easy to get in here. And the moment you get in here, systems are already working for you.
mhm.
So you just have to position yourself properly. So job search right now may look a little bit rocky. But one thing for sure, our high season starts from like end of August, September. So if someone's looking to relocate, I would say that would be the time. Now,
The
not
best.
so much. It's summer and there's a bit of tension still.
Mhm,
But a high season is coming up next. And also knowing what has been happening, the government is working really hard to make sure people, to attract more people coming September.
mm,
So coming September, there's gonna be like a lot of openings, a lot of them, because a lot of people were also fired during everything. Hotel
yeah.
business has been down. A lot of companies had to maybe terminate people, but that's like good news in disguise. Come
Mhm,
September, I'm very sure it's gonna be a high season. Weather's gonna be good. Everything would be good. So it's a chance for people to like, it
people
would be
to
the perfect chance to relocate. Opportunities would definitely be there.
map. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is very clear. Someone asking, Kelly asking, what about remote opportunities? I think we had mentioned this about in our previous series, but maybe you can just touch on it a bit in terms of remote opportunities.
Okay. So something great about Dubai also is the fact that it's a very digital country.
Mm-hmm.
So it means even most of us working here, we get to work remotely. There are people who only go to the office once or twice a week, or even once a week. So the
Once a week.
remote
Yeah.
opportunities are here and they are encouraged by companies.
Mm-hmm.
You being outside of the UAE can also benefit, but once again, you'd have to like package yourself properly and start applying for these opportunities. There are
Mm-hmm.
apps like LinkedIn, Bayut. There are several apps. If you research, I may not be able to mention all of them,
Yeah.
but there are several like job search apps where you can apply for these remote opportunities, and
Mm-hmm.
you never really know. And some opportunities are so good that they even relocate you to Dubai with a
Mm-hmm.
relocation package if that's what you want. So those
Yeah.
opportunities are available too.
Oh, amazing. And I mean, there's a time having a conversation in a certain forum, and very many young people are saying, and they see, especially on a platform like LinkedIn, they come across, I was asked that question, that they come across a lot of many remote jobs from UAE. And the thing is that they hardly get those jobs, if even if the jobs looks like they are qualified, very highly qualified. What could be the thing, probably, if you're what could be that one thing probably making them not to be shortlisted or be hired for such remote roles?
Okay. Mostly, especially for people applying outside of the UAE,
Mm-hmm.
UAE uses like an AI model to like scan through CV. So every application you send, they put it through that ATS tracking thing. It's not an
Yeah.
actual person who gets to see your CV.
uh,
That being said, I don't know, you have to research the format that is acceptable for your CV in the UAE because there's a specific format. For example, like back in Kenya, you don't need to add your face, like your headshot in your CV. Here, you must add your headshot. Your
mm,
face must be included. Yeah, you must mention your nationality.
mhm,
So there are specific things that your CV must contain for the
mhm,
ATS to actually push your CV to like the next level. So the moment people would like the AI, the ATS goes through your CV and it cannot catch those key points, your CV is not even going to get a chance to be seen by a recruiter. It's discarded immediately. You could be very
mm,
qualified, you could be more qualified, but
yeah.
the ATS does not know that.
Does not pick your doesn't pick your resume.
Yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't push it to the next level.
I think that might be probably a conversation for another day, because I feel like there are many things probably people need to look into in terms of in order to refine or position their CVs better for the opportunities, like in UAE. And then we have another one asking something. Are there any agronomy opportunities there? What's agronomy?
Is it agriculture economy?
Probably. I think so. And I think also this you had tackled probably last time, but maybe you can just
Let me confirm what agronomy means so that we answer the right.
it's the science and technology of use of producing and using plants for food, fuel, fiber, and land reclamation. This guy has
Okay.
decided you have to go to botany class.
Yeah. So something
Yes,
about the
ma'am.
UAE
And this question is by Martin Nyangwara.
yeah. So something about the UAE, while it's a desert, they're very futuristic people. They have a plan where in the future they don't want to be depending on like importing food into the country. They do not want that. So they're investing top dollar to or top dirham. Dirham is the currency here to be able to produce their own food. And you can see that by it doesn't rain here, but they're able to do like cloud seeding. They're not just doing cloud seeding for it to rain and we have like rainfall. They're doing this to preserve one water, to do
Mm.
studies on the soil,
So,
things like that. So it means they're investing so much into agriculture for the kind of future that they want. I may not know to what extent because it's not my industry, but definitely it's something to look into. And knowing that they're doing this kind of investment, because cloud seeding is not cheap. And cloud seeding for the whole country for it to rain and proper rain for a whole week, you can imagine that the kind of budget they have behind that.
mm, well, I mean, I think for Martin, I think you've got the question clearly, but and
Am
I
I
feel like
able?
yes, you're audible, and I feel like for Martin, in case he needs
Good.
more of a bit of understanding about it, he can also reach out directly to you on LinkedIn. That's Stella Wamaitha, so that at
Yeah,
least he can get to know more, because I feel like it's a topic or it's a question that needs more than just 1 minute or 2 minutes answers.
right.
With that, can see Reza is just saying hi. Hi, Reza, where are you joining from? So probably let me go to my other question is that building life in the UAE beyond securing a job, because sometimes yes, there's a job aspect, but beyond the job, what will should people know about housing, cost of living, networking, and adapting life in Dubai?
So, like Dubai, while we only say good things about it, is a city like any other city in the world. So that tells you it has its own challenges and its own advantages as well.
Mm,
And maybe one of the disadvantages that it's an expensive city. Like that one, we
mm,
have to face it. So that means housing is not going to be cheap. Livelihood is not going to be cheap. Food is very affordable. And sometimes I joke and I say, you can be homeless, but you will never be hungry in Dubai. Like people will give you food. We have so much generosity
What do you mean
among
is
residents.
what do you mean by food is affordable? Very affordable.
Food,
Give us a case scenario comparing to Kenya.
so, one, the prices of food are regulated. It's illegal for any store to overprice food. So they keep
Huh?
food at a minimum. Secondly, we have something called discount centers. So, unlike maybe I would use, for example, Kenya, where you can only buy sometimes like a bar of soap, also
Mm,
very overpriced. So, here, maybe for people watching from Dubai, because I see them, we have things
mhm.
like day to day, night to night, they're discount centers. So, you find that you get to buy like a package of soap, almost 10 soaps for sometimes even like 150 Kenyan shillings.
Yo,
Yeah, like the discounts are crazy. You can rice, like you get 5 kg rice. Sometimes you find it on offer 300 Kenyan shillings. Like
5
it's
kg,
surprising
and
like
that's
that.
all. And it doesn't like, it's not a matter of it's low quality, it's just discounted.
It's just discounted. Like for food, you
Hmm.
cannot sleep hungry. And worst case scenario, if you ever have no money, maybe if you don't know this, and you
Hmm.
go to like an Indian cafeteria or a or any cafeteria, and you tell them, "Hey, I have not had anything to eat today." They will be so kind, tell you
Like,
sit down, eat biryani, like eat chicken biryani, and tomorrow please come back and eat. Like don't be
and eat.
hungry.
Mm.
No, people will not
Guys, we
let
need
you
to
be.
go to Dubai.
Yeah, we have a very huge sense of community.
Mm.
Yeah, so you
Wow.
can be
So,
homeless, maybe that no one can help you, but hungry, no.
mm, you cannot. So people cannot tell you anyway. Let's not go into too much details. It's a bit controversial, yes. I think you are still on it, or unless you're done.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So in
also we
terms
talked
of
about
networking and
housing
that,
that's expensive. Working, I would say, as an African, please don't limit yourself. Being a security may be your entry point. Maybe that's how you're able to relocate to UAE with direct employment as a security person. But don't stop there. I can speak once again for a Kenyan. I know how smart, how aggressive, how business minded we are. And I know that there's no way you'll be working for more than 2 years in a security position and feel like that's enough. Deep down, you know you can do more. And if
Mm,
you feel like you can do more, go to the next level. So, yeah, I know mostly security, cleaner, housemaid, that's your entry point. There is no judgment. You do what you need to do. But now that you're in the market, don't stay there, like upgrade. Sometimes use some money, go get those extra courses because we have courses going on here. Study something new, like just don't remain at the place where you had to start from. Don't do that. And maybe lastly, networking.
mhm,
And sometimes when I talk about networking, people feel like it's paying for events and going to
mm,
events and exchanging business cards. Well, that's one version of networking. Networking is you can do it at any point. Let's say you're a security
mhm,
personnel. It means you're working in the lobby of a building. Could be residential, could be hotel, could be commercial building. Every day there are people coming in and going. Make a point of making sure that everyone that comes in knows about you and does not forget you. Go that extra
mhm,
mile, say hello to people, make people feel welcome. There's one Kenyan man, I don't think he's a security man anymore. So he's he got a job in a government center where people
mhm,
go in for government services. He used to be at the gate, and that
mhm,
man loved his job so much. He
mhm,
would do dances to welcome people as they're driving in. So he's doing, a mime, how they do, like a clown, how they'll do like funny gestures.
mhm,
And at one time, he was going viral in Dubai. People saying that even happy, like saying like this security person is so happy, does his job so well, makes people's days, like because it's in the morning, he's like doing funny stuff, people are
mhm.
coming in, they're laughing, they're happy to be there. I don't think he's there anymore. He's
Yeah,
definitely gotten a better job. I'm gonna check actually what he's doing now.
yeah,
So that's an example of someone who had to enter at one place but
mm,
used his opportunity. He networked in his own way and was able to rise the ranks.
the ranks. Yeah. Wow, that's quite interesting. One crazy culture shock that probably Kenyans moving to a should expect.
Culture shock. Wow, I've been here too long. uh,
I think we
Culture
forgot
shock.
about
Maybe
culture shock.
food, like food, you have to adapt to other foods as well. You may have to
Mm.
start liking pasta
Oh, pasta.
because you cannot
Kuna
eat
ugali.
like. Mm?
Kuna ugali.
Well, now there is now more African shops are rising, but
Rice.
not as
Mm,
many as, yeah. And sometimes buying African food can be expensive.
expensive. Mm,
Yeah, but anything else, you may have to start loving Arabic food. It's
mhm,
the same. It's just different taste. But it's a
mhm,
good opportunity also for people to live a different life. Like, don't come to Dubai and live the Kenyan life in Dubai. That you left Kenya in the first place. So when you come to Dubai, try to interact, have Indian friends, have German friends, have French
mm.
friends, have American friends, have a community
Blend,
that is diverse
blend.
because Dubai
Yeah.
gives you that. And also that's another way of you networking your way up.
Mm-hmm. True, true that. Wow. I mean, we are just on time. Probably I just throw in the last question. So, I mean, you put out that very clearly in terms of the adaptation and just how to make sure you can blend in and ensure that you're living comfortable there. And so, my last question is that smart location relocation strategy. If someone plans to move to Dubai, anytime from now, within the next 6 to 12 months, what practical steps do they start taking today to increase their chances of success? Because we are, as you have said, probably sometimes you might just have the money, but now maybe someone doesn't have the money. They need to put in steps um, until they get the success the success rate of going and getting to Dubai high. What are some of those steps?
So the first one, you've said it yourself, like start saving. You're gonna need money to be here. I would not want anyone to relocate on a whim and then find yourself being homeless. It's not for anyone. That being said, is that while maybe you may not have the capital or the funds at the moment, something you can do is start educating yourself about Dubai. Like start watching those TikToks and YouTube videos about Dubai. Try to understand where you want to go live. You may find that it's not even for you. You don't actually like it. So, like
Yeah.
doing your research is king. Is very important. Secondly, start applying for those jobs like while still in what's it called? While still in your home country, start applying for those jobs. Work on your CV. The CV is the trick. So start applying. Who knows? You may be one of the lucky ones who end up,
And,
being relocated by a company and you have to pay nothing. Actually, they pay you to relocate. So do not limit yourself. Like applying costs you nothing from wherever you are. Why not do it?
mhm.
So we said save, start applying, start researching, and I also understand about visas because sometimes
Visa, yeah.
people, yeah, people know everything else but have no idea about visas, and that's why you're scammed. You find yourself paying, I don't know, triple for a visa that could have cost you way less. So start understanding, start getting quotations, learn. I guess the thing is do research about wherever you want to relocate to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that has been such an incredible session. And before we wind up, I mean, from the strategy, it's very clear, and the outline is very clear in terms of ensuring that even you are, in terms of money, you are at least somewhere in good books. So you have to save, you have to research, you have to, start learning about even the culture, be it from online, just to start assimilating yourself into the culture, so that even as you go there, it can be easy. And the culture means it could be work culture. Understanding when you go there, what is it that I'm supposed to do in order to earn myself a job, because that's mainly what's taking you there. And so we had asked something here about the 2000, was it 2000 or 20,000, 200,000 Kenyan shillings. That is like 20K UK, $20,000.
Maybe a little bit more or a little bit less.
Yeah, just using a round off of 100, Bob, 100
Yeah.
to $1. But yeah, so I can see someone saying, let's say if it's 20,000, so she's saying this is desert and Nile's artistry, saying 20K is enough to start, not to relax. I'll build a lean brand, focus on online sales, and reinvest every dirham into growth. In Dubai, attention is currency, and attention is currency. If you can capture it, you can sell it. What do you make of that?
Okay. I guess what he's saying that is that's $20,000. So
Yeah.
$20,000, that's a lot of money. That's good money.
Mm,
So it's like this is in the ranks of a business owner. If you have 20,000 in Kenya, I don't think if you know how to make 20,000 in Kenya, 20,000 US dollars in Kenya, then you don't actually need to relocate first of all, because if you're making that money in your home country,
that's good
continue
money.
making it. And if
Yeah.
if you really want to relocate now, for you, you're a business person, because I don't think it's salary that's making you 20,000 US dollars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, sometimes those are the questions. When I talked about research, is that you may find that, like I said, yes, in Kenya, maybe you were earning 40,000. In Dubai,
Mm,
they offer you 180,000 Kenyan shillings. You would think
mm,
that's a lot of money, but it's an expensive city. So it means 100,000 is already going to rent. Now you're left with
mm.
80. 80, you still need to move around, you still need to eat, you need to send money home. So you're actually even more broke than you were when
You
you're in
are,
Kenya.
which will not actually make any business sense. So,
No.
another one, Kelly asking, or not asking, but giving his opinion and saying that I'll focus, and he says that's 2000 USD. I'll focus on experiences that create lasting value rather than spending it all on luxury. Probably looking for industry events, more so in my areas of specialization. Um, yeah, so he's saying more of focusing on experiences that create lasting value. I don't know what you make of that, and if really
I
it's
would focus
some.
on experiences that create things rather than spending it all on that. Probably looking out for industry events more so in my areas. Mm, wait, are we getting this? Well, when this case, $2,000 is not a lot of, because
Yeah,
$2,000 is
yeah,
like what, 250K Kenyan shillings.
250K Kenya shillings. Yeah.
It's a lot depending on where you are. When in Dubai, it's not so much money, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you need maybe in a month, depending on
Mm.
also how you live.
Your lifestyle.
The 20K that we were talking about, if you're earning that out of Dubai, please stay where you are and continue making it.
Just do that business where you are.
Yeah, because you're actually doing very well for yourself.
Mm.
But you can come to Dubai for a trip
Yeah, that should
or
give you a good
expand
trip,
to
like
Dubai,
for
your call.
2 months, or probably just an expansion, but not really going to start new. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think our time has elapsed, and probably as we wind up, probably any for me, I mean, the conversation has been very meaningful, and before we end up, maybe your parting thoughts.
So today, communicating. Am I breaking?
Yeah. No, you're okay now.
Yeah, so today we've been talking about relocating to Dubai. And the only reason home country, if you're, I'm breaking.
Yes, a bit. I don't
I
know
could
what
sense
is
my
that.
Wi-Fi was acting up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only reason you leave your home country, it's for greener pastures, for expansion, for better opportunities. That's mostly the major reason. Maybe for education, but it's you're looking for something better. So you have
Yeah.
to remember that, have that in mind, that I left my home country for better. So every time you feel like you're in a foreign country, it could be UAE or anywhere else in the world, and you're not having better, then it's time to call yourself for a meeting and decide what better did you live for. Because
Yeah.
there's a comfort that you get to live in your own country where you don't have to worry about visa and all of these things.
Mm.
So if you decide to leave that comfort into a foreign country, please make sure that foreign country gives you better. Do
It's your bet.
whatever it takes and get the better. Yeah.
Wow, that's a whole. That's such an incredible cutting shot. And I mean, as you say, we are not just talking about moving, but it has to be for expansion, for better, for greener pastures. So there has to be a purpose behind it and something that is driving you to take that
Yeah.
step. So as you said, if you're making like 20,000, 20K USD where you are, please. Stay where
Please
you are.
tell us what you're doing so that we do it.
Maybe Dubai, what you should be thinking is going for a vacation. Then you'll
Yeah,
be able to spend at least 10% of that you can go for vacation. So from my side, I mean, that's my takeaway in terms of also my other takeaway is that if you want to move to to seek greener pastures abroad, you have to change your mindset. you know you
very
also have
important.
to be you have to be aggressive with life and with looking for these opportunities, because they don't just find you. You are the one to go looking out there and actually they are there, but they'll not come for you, so you have to go out and look for them. So I mean, that has been such an opener, and I might say, till the next one. Oh, she meant dirhams.
20,000 dirhams.
So
If
we have
you're
already
making that
done
a month, also
dollars,
stay home.
but this is still high. This is still high. These times,
Because 20,000 dirham is maybe almost, it's maybe like 700,000 Kenyan shillings. So if you're making that in your home country,
5.
why are you living?
Yeah, it's still good money. If you're making this in your home country, then I mean, anything
Yeah,
that is giving you a decent life, I mean, you just need to grow within where you are. I believe,
right.
I think so. Or what do you think?
Yeah, or unless you see an opportunity for making better.
Yes, maybe you can do 5 times of that. And also when things fail to work out, better to travel back home for reset, organized to be back for a new chapter. I mean, that's
Very
also
important.
a very
That's also
important.
something that people don't talk about, but he's
Uh,
talking about. It's, it's true.
mhm. Yeah, you should never be ashamed to start up again, because it's part of
Yeah.
life, part of business. So I've seen guys have been joining from all over the world, even from Iran. Are you sure you're in Iran? I saw he said he's joining from.
Iran.
Yeah,
The
I'm like,
reason, like,
yeah, it was Iran. Is he sure?
stay safe.
Am I safe, guys? Uh, so yeah, so for everyone joining, thank you so much. Until the next one, feel free to follow us on our pages. That is, mine is Wilhard Nalisi, and also we have Stella Wamaitha on LinkedIn, and you'll see updates on the next particular session, which we'll be able to share on our socials and all over. So thank you so much, guys, and have a good one. If it's daytime or night, have a good one. Thank you, Stella, and have an amazing time.
Bye.
Bye bye.